going? I want to see where everybody's tuning in from. I see Daniel. What's going on, my brother? Daniel's always ready. He's always on time. See, Daniel is always on the forefront of leadership. I see him out there with his posts. He's out there with his team. He's here. He shows up. That's what I want to see. I see Megan. I see Kiki. Kiki's got her own song out there with Drake. I get it. Don't worry, it's all good. So listen, everybody, let's get some cameras going. I want to see some faces. I want some energy, because this is all about you. This is about me. This is about everybody. I see, am I saying this correctly? SEO? I don't want to say SEO because in your search engine optimization. So SEO, what's going on? Dakota, hello, Dakota. Dakota's always out there in the wilderness. She's literally a wild woman. So welcome. Good to see the camera. Awesome. Okay, everybody. So appreciate you all being here. What we're going to talk about today is a little bit of what I'd like to consider kind of a hybridization of what we do. A lot of us are in the crypto space, investment space, social media, all that. We get into the goods a little bit. My name is Edwin Zapata. I'm one of the leaders here with the team. I'm in the GC Champions office right now. Got the swag going. So listen, I want all of you to have your pen and papers ready, because I'm going to show you how to bridge things and how to essentially make your life pay you in a different way. Now I'm going to show you how things can be combined with everything that we do, not just with social media, not just with investing, but how we can turn our life and our lifestyle into a business and make it kind of seamless. If that sounds good, drop a 1 in the chat. Except for Dakota, because she's driving. So like, chill, girl, slow down. Okay, cool. So awesome. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. Now, I know that we have people that are here to build their business, some people that are here to do social media. Everyone here has a different purpose. Some people are just customers, some people just want to build a business, and some people are somewhere in between, and some people just want to have the automation to their crypto, which is fine. So wherever you fall in place, this does apply to you, and you can utilize this. And this is something that you can take advantage of for yourself, and that you can also share with somebody else, because the value, all of us are really not appreciating the value that we all hold in our pockets, right? So to not have any interruptions, let me make sure that I have this set up properly so that everybody can see my face, because sometimes this does freeze. So listen, we're going to talk about how to incorporate all of the above. Now, who here has heard of, you don't have to know what it means, but you've heard the term Web 3.0. Drop a 2 in the chat if you've heard the term, even if you don't know what it is, but you've heard the term. Okay, we got some. I get it. You're still in bed, you still have your pajamas on. Shame on you, but I want you all to sit up for this. 1 second here. Okay, so for those that are awake, essentially what it comes down to is this. So we're all familiar with how social media works. You create an account, it's owned by Instagram, by Facebook, by Twitter, by LinkedIn. It's owned by some company somewhere. So yeah, let me get myself going here. Okay. Can everybody see me okay? Drop a 1 in the chat if you can see me okay. Okay, awesome. So everybody's familiar with how social media works. A company creates a platform, you sign up, you join it, and they basically make money off of you interacting with it. The more attention that you give to that platform, the more money they make, because they can basically sell your information, sell your interactions, sell your eyeballs to corporations and ads. I'm pretty sure by now, and it's not a conspiracy, and it's become a regular day thing, you might speak about something, say a phrase, walk by a particular brand, you open up your phone, and lo and behold, the first ad you see happens to be something that you were just talking about. And it's even creepier when you were thinking it and you didn't even tell anybody. That's how good social media and these algorithms have gotten, to the point where they can actually read your mind or anticipate what you're going to think of next. And that's how crazy it goes. Now, with all that being said, this is what would be considered Web 2.0, okay? And what I mean by this is like this. We're going to go into the phases of the internet and then we're going to talk about how it correlates with everything else. So the stages of the internet are as follows. First, it was Web 1.0. Now, you don't have to read the things there, but I just have it there listed for myself. So Web 1.0 was essentially the beginning of the internet, which really wasn't that long ago. Yeah, before some of you were born, but it's not that long ago, believe it or not. So it was like basic web. It was basically, you could just read off of websites. It wasn't too interactive. E-commerce had just become a thing, had like just started. It was still in the infancy stage because the internet was still new, and you could just do the bare minimum. So only businesses could really take advantage of the internet at the time, and everyone else was a consumer of information, was a consumer of the interaction. So it's very basic. This is where Java and JavaScript first came out. HTML, for those of you that have no idea what that is, that's essentially one of like the most basic programming codes for websites, meaning you have to do all this coding and stuff to do your website. Nowadays, it's all drag and drop, and it's all like, it's mindless today. You have to actually learn code, which I had to learn to build a website. That was Web 1.0. Then we got into Web 2.0, which is basically social media, right? You have social media, everything is more user-friendly. You can log on, you can create your own content. Now you have high definition videos, and you have all of these sorts of things that you can take advantage of. You know, you had global access. It's all owned by businesses, and businesses are now profiting off of your engagement with these things. So no matter where you're at, that's where Web 2.0 is based around. And that's where we're at right now. But we're not in the middle of it. We are just on the edge of 2.0, about to cross into 3.0. So imagine if right now, if you could travel back in time and say to your parents, hey, the internet is going to be big, invest in it. If we could all do that, we would definitely go do that. But our parents back then were told that it's just going to be a fad, it's just going to be a trend, it's not going to be that exciting, it'll pass, it's not for everybody. And people were skeptical. Does that sound familiar? Yeah, because we hear the same things right now with the crypto space. We hear the same things right now about content creation. We hear the same things right now about building businesses online. When I was like, and I'm dating myself here because I just turned 34 in August. When I was like 10 years old, so that's like 24 years ago, older than some of you here, I remember hearing about online businesses and all that stuff, and watching people become millionaires, and no one could figure out how that was done, and they just thought that it was like impossible. The same skepticism from 24 years ago is happening today. So someone in my shoes, as an example, is thinking like, oh, I've missed the boat, or my parents missed the boat, or I'm too, or like that opportunity has passed. No, it's actually only gotten easier, bigger, and faster, and it's about to get even better, because this is where all of you are right now, and you don't even know it. So, for example, my brother Daniel, we got Dakota, we got everybody here that has been posting content without even realizing it. You're basically positioning yourself here. And how this works is because if we are in this stage of the 2.0, where these businesses are getting paid off of our information, every time that you log on, every keystroke you do, everywhere that your eyeballs look, that's why our phones have all of these sensors. Your microphone, your contacts, yeah, your pictures, everything. They're not hiding anything, so relax, okay, with the camera and behind closed doors. So everything is being tracked and being sold as a type of information, so they know how they can cater to you. But who's making the money off of you? It's not you, it's them. Whenever you start to learn how to make content, what are you doing? You are now learning how to take control of what you put out. You are now transitioning from being a consumer into a producer. You went from being on the consumer side to now getting paid for it. You are in that transition. Now, when we get to 3.0, which we are still in the infancy stages, basically our parents' time of before the internet, what this is with blockchain technology, with the with crypto and AI and all of that stuff, what's happening is you become the Instagram, you become Facebook, you become LinkedIn, So as these different blockchains and stuff create their own platforms, and there are some right now, I'm not going to mention them because I'm not one to like promote projects and stuff, but hey, always do your own research, do your own due diligence, whatever, but just be aware that they're out there. Don't, just as a side note, please don't go dropping all your funds into the first thing you see, like, oh my God, this is the next big thing. It's not like that. Things are still like shaky. I mean, look at what's happening right now with FTX, for those that are aware. Everything is approach with caution. There is high risk, but there is also high return. So with these exchanges, with these projects, with these blockchains, what's happening is you become the social media platform. So what's going to end up happening, and what is happening right now for those that are involved in some of those, is when you put content out on that blockchain and people interact with your stuff, your stuff is basically mining. I'm going to try to simplify it as best as possible, so I don't want to lose anybody. So trust me, it's a little bit more complex, but we'll try to like keep it as simple as possible so we're all on the same page. When people interact with your stuff, when they like, when they comment, when they share, when they watch, my computer, my phone, your computer, the data center that's holding all this stuff is basically sending and receiving information. So what's happening by default is our devices are now mining crypto. So since you have such captivating content, you're basically keeping those servers sending and receiving information. You're keeping your devices using its processing power to send and receive information on that blockchain. So thanks to you for gathering so much attention, you're going to get rewarded. So who is going to get the ad money revenue for it, if there is any? It's going to be you. There is not going to be any more Facebook or Instagram or whatever. It's going to be you on the blockchain, and you are in control of all the data. So those that are positioned for 3.0 will be the ones that make the most money later. Now, that's where like nobody really talks about this stuff. This is why it's so important for you to start to understand algorithms and people's attention. All of you are literally the stars of your own show. And if you're not positioned now, before it happens, like before it really blows up, you're going to, I don't want to say miss the boat, because you still won't miss the boat. It's just, if you could get in earlier than later, why wouldn't you? And all of you are in that seat. Is this making sense so far? If it is, drop a 2 in the chat. Give me a thumbs up if you're on camera. Okay, cool. So like I said at the beginning, if you're a customer, if you just want to learn, if you just want to invest, if you just want to do social media, if you want to do affiliate marketing, start being okay with being the star of your own show. Start documenting it, even if you're a private person. And hey, I'm one of those people. I'm a private guy. I make sure I black out all my windows. Like, I don't like people seeing me. Even here at the office, there's like little slits on the glass, and I put tape on it because I don't want to lock eyes with anybody. It's like, I don't even want to see anybody. That's just me. I'm just being transparent, right? I'm a very private dude. So for me to do that, like, I'm very, very introvert. You wouldn't guess it, but like, I'm very quiet, soft-spoken, whatever. If you meet me, you'll see that like I'm the quiet, right? Daniel has met me. He could tell you himself that I'm just that guy, just kind of like creeping it out. Like, you don't know I'm there. You don't even know that I left. Right? I'm not creepy. I'm just saying I'm just quiet and reserved. All right. Before people get the wrong idea. So, or maybe some people think I'm creepy. I don't know. But with that being said, I want all of you to understand that you are literally ahead of yourselves, which is great. You are ahead of everybody else. You are involved with AI technology when it comes to investing. Most people that you speak to today, they still think that AI is something in the future. When we talk to each other in our group, we already know that AI is old news. Like, take that in. We take for granted the community that we're a part of because everything is so normal. I've had this conversation, as just a side note, I've had this conversation, and I'm going to name drop here. I've had this conversation with Otilia and Megan because we were talking about personal goals, right? I won't get too into it, but we were talking about like personal goals sort of thing. And I was saying to them, because both of them do above and beyond industry standards. And for some of you that are on their teams, you need to understand that all that they think about, Rosanna, Christian, Ovi, myself, all that we think about is how to help improve the community, how to help others build. Daniel comes here all the time to like build himself. He's asking questions. And the importance of this is all of them are trying to raise the bar. But you see, industry-wise, all of us are actually above industry. So in the industry, we're all superstars. But you see, we want to raise everybody up to new levels that we don't even see ourselves as stars because we're so humble. And you need to understand that all of us are moving forward with the information that we have, because that's what we've surrounded ourselves with. And that's why when we talk about AI, it's so normal to us. When we talk about social media and likes and blowing up on Instagram or TikTok, it's a normal conversation to us. Residual income is a normal conversation to us. Investing is a normal conversation to us. Crypto is a normal conversation to us. NFTs are a normal conversation to us. Traveling, discounts, all these things have become so normal that we don't even realize how abnormal it was before we got here. So it's about time that we start using that benefit and start displaying it in our everyday lives. Hey, did you go and buy a coffee using crypto? Because if you did, well, why not start sharing how you're ahead of everybody? Now, I mean, don't say, hey, I'm better than you, even though you are, but you don't have to go tell everybody that. Just let it sizzle, let it season, let them know that you're doing things that they don't understand. You're going to get some hate. You're going to get some questions. You're going to get a lot of doubt. Your friends, family, neighbors are going to question everything you do. Are you serious? Kiki, do you really think that thing's going to work for you? How's that thing go? I thought that you'd be, I had a conversation on the way here today. And my friend was saying, I thought by now things would have surpassed the X whatever level that you wouldn't have to do speaking in whatever with your book. It's like, excuse me? Just because I live a life that you don't understand is not enough for me to live to your standards. Just because you couldn't do it, that's okay, God bless you. But I know I can do it and more. And it's not even about that, it's about helping others do the same. Because if any of you, a mentor taught me this, if any of you think you're crazy enough to change the world, I want you all to know that you are. All of you are definitely crazy. And that's why I love all of you, because you're all just as insane as I am, which is why we're here. So we're going to be talking about this. Essentially, you guys have the main idea, right? So from now on, what I'd like to see more of, and hey, I'm guilty of it. One place that I lack in is stories. So I said at the beginning, you're going to be showing how to live your lifestyle and still get paid for it and stuff like that. And that's essentially what I mean. If you understand that the name of the game is attention and people's eyeballs and interactions, then you can start to build now. Even if you're mainly a customer, that's okay. But then why not share your journey, right? That doesn't mean you have to go full blown into the business. Why not just share your journey? Hey, I'm just learning. Hey, here's this crypto stuff. You know what I learned today? What a blockchain is. I had no idea what that was. You know what I learned today? What the difference between a crypto coin and a crypto token. You know what I learned today? That not NFTs are profitable. You know what I learned today? That mentorship is important. Something as simple as that. Because the more attention you can start to gather, the more ahead of yourself you are for when Web 3.0 is fully blown. Because then what's going to happen? You can say to your audience, hey, guys and gals, I know you're following me. You've been with me on this journey. I'm going to be over here. That's why you have Twitch streamers move to YouTube and then back to Twitch. They go on Instagram and then they go to TikTok and then they go back over to YouTube. They have a following. You're all basically like your own mini Jesus. I hope you know that. I'm going to get people getting mad at me now. Oh no, he said Jesus' name in vain. It's not like that, okay? Like relax, okay? We'll go on example's sake. So in closing, with Web 3.0, I want all of you to understand, start getting curious, put yourself out there, be vulnerable. Yes, your content is going to be cringe at the beginning, and that's okay. Mine was, and some of it still is, and who cares? Just be quirky, just be yourself. The more you'd be surprised. The dumbest content you put out there is probably your best, as weird as that sounds. And the most simplest thing that you put out there is the one that's going to blow up and make you a star. And it is what it is. So with that being said, in a nutshell, that's Web 3.0 crash course, how to basically take your lifestyle and put it on display so that you're in position for what's coming, because it's already here, but not many people are talking about it. And I don't know about y'all, but I don't see anybody else talking about it this way. This is how I see it, and this is what I'm working towards, because I'm not thinking about next month. I'm not even thinking about the next rank. I'm thinking about the next wave. And that's where things are at in my mind. And I don't want anybody to be left behind. At least I can say I told you so. Sound good? All right, everybody. So my name is Edwin Zapata, and I will see you all in the builders chat. And in the chats, let's make some noise and show everybody what they missed.